Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury channel. Today guys, I would like to talk to you about Ferrari ownership, especially the Ferrari 360, the Ferrari 360. And I gotta tell you, man, I've always been a Ferrari man, Ferrari. I've always loved Ferraris. And I gotta tell you, I kind of started off, I like the Magnum Ferraris, that's the 328. The 328, that's the classic Pininfarina design. And, obviously I love the Dino. The Dino Ferrari. The Dino Ferrari. Quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing a Rolex Milgauss Blue. But what I've done is I have never actually been in a moving Ferrari. I've never actually been in a driving Ferrari. I've been in a couple of Lamborghinis, an Aston Martin, Porsche. That was a long time ago, the Porker. But I've never been in a driving Ferrari. I've been in a Maserati. So I gotta tell you, what I've discovered is I really love the classic Ferrari. See, for me, the Ferraris. See, I grew up in the 90s. So by the time I could work out there were different models, I suppose the first one I really liked was the 348, the Ferrari 348, and. That there was, I remember Need for Speed, the game, and you're driving a Ferrari 348. And I really, that was the V8, that was kind of the budget, well, that was kind of the affordable Ferrari, the 348. And it actually replaced the 328, which was the Pininfarina sort of car. Now that was the 348, which 348 was built from 1989, when I finished high school, to 1995. Then the model after that was the 355 Ferrari, and the 355 that was made from 94 to 1999. Is that right? Let me just check that. So the 348, 89 to 95, and then the 355, 94 to 99. Yep, that's right. And then the model after this, it was replaced by the Ferrari 360. And I got to tell you, I always loved the 360. I think just the front of it's got that Pininfarina. It's very reminiscent of the Dino V6, not the ugly wedgy baritone Dino. That was ugly as sin. Well, you know what? There was actually a really cool one on Petrolicious. This guy had a that wedgy V8 one, but let's not talk about that. The 360 has always been the Ferrari I kind of loved. Then the 360 itself was replaced by the 430. And so I'm my kind of vintage as a person. I'm 48 years old, 49 in October. I've always liked the 348. That's kind of a Ferrari from my era. The 348, the 355, and the 360. That's like an early 2000s. They were made from 1999 to 2004. So that's kind of the sweet spot, the Ferrari sweet spot. So you look. I've always loved, like, I think you love your Porsches, but then you think Ferrari is kind of. And, you kind of look at the Lambos. They're a bit muscular and very vicious. Whereas the Ferrari is just Ferrari. Ferrari. Everyone wants a Ferrari. And I think the model that really sings to me is the 360. And I got to tell you, I don't know if you guys know this, but Doug DeMuro, he started off, he actually used to work for Porsche. he made all these videos on the Ferrari 360. Nowadays, a Ferrari 360s is no big deal, but when Doug DeMuro did it, this was years ago, YouTube was kind of in its infancy, and it was, you know, people wanted to see this. Well, I certainly did, because I love the 360. But one thing I've discovered now is, with the 360, is that there have been some ownership experiences, and these have been documented on YouTube. Everything from Rob Ferretti from Super Speeders, to Normal Guy's Supercar. I love Normal Guy's Supercar. To M Guy, that's the guy in Sydney. He's got the 360 Ferrari. And then there's also another channel I'm just watching now, which is called Rob Chang, and he's talking about his Marshall Goldwyn Ferrari purchase nightmare. And you can see the type of people who buy these Ferraris. They're winner chicken dinner. These are successful men. They really are successful. To buy a Ferrari, you do need to be, you know, in America, they're about, what, $100,000 American. So, you know, that's kind of the price point. And the interesting thing I find is so many people, because I've often, you know, like I'm really into the watches, and I always, if I sold off my 4 Pateks, I wouldn't have 100 US, but I'd have 100 Aussie. You know, you always just play it in the back of your mind. What if? Because I love Ferraris. But one thing I've learned is from watching YouTube is that these Ferrari 360s, they're a fucking piece of shite. They're an absolute piece of shite. And get the PPI, get your PPIs. Man, I just can't believe how do I put this? I can't believe how terrible Ferraris are. They are, how do I put it? They are fucking money pits. And there's I'm going to put some links in the corner. You'll see a question mark. Click on that. There's some 360 videos. Man, these Ferraris, I got to be totally honest with you. Ferraris are an absolute pinch of shit, really. They're so, I mean, admittedly, then, you know, they're a 16-year-old car now. You know, they're getting a little bit on the old side, but so expensive and hideously expensive to maintain. And that Formula One clutch is a pinch of shit. But mind you, Rob Chang, he's got the manual, the gated shifter. He can't get the bastard into second. For some reason, it doesn't like second. First to third to, I mean, what a pain in the ass. Oh my God. I mean, it's just a disaster. The Ferrari, if you're going to get a Ferrari, don't get a Spider either. The bits for the convertible are super expensive. I mean, these Ferraris, M Guy, that's the guy in Sydney, he bought one from Scooter-Rooter. He bought one from Scooter-Rooter in Sydney. And then he ended up spending another $40,000, $30,000 to $40,000 to get it right. And oh my God, these things are problematic, expensive, nasty. They're just nasty. I mean, it's like dating a supermodel who's on crack cocaine. They're just a massive disaster. And then on top of all that, you got the Ferrari dealers. You got in America, CNC Motors. CNC Motors is a disaster. Oh my God, people don't have title, all sorts of issues. Then you got Rob Chang is spruiking off about Marshall Goldman. I got to be honest with you. I think Rob, look at the CNC disaster. I think you got off lightly, man. I think, I think you just got to be. Rob's the sort of, how did you put this? Rob's the sort of enthusiastic customer who has the means to buy a Ferrari, and he's, how do I put it politely? He's the sort of asshole who buys a Ferrari, and if he's not happy, he's going to sing from the top of his lungs, and he's got contacts, and he's not an idiot, because that's how he got the money to buy the Ferrari in the first place. And I gotta be honest with you, they really seem problematic. Ferraris seem really, really problematic. And I gotta tell you, I had an Alfa Romeo. I had the 156 silly speed. And I gotta be honest with you, that car was a pinch of shit, an absolute pinch of shit. And I think the Ferrari, it's just got more cylinders, and it's probably, how do I put this politely? It's probably just as problematic as the Alfa Romeo, except it has less cylinders. My God, these things are finicky bastards. I mean, Italian cars. I mean, I love an Italian car. I got a mate of mine who's got Maserati. He had a Maserati Quattraport. Now he's got a Maserati Ghibli. But man, he's always warranty. He always buys them with warranty. And I can bloody well see why. My God, these things, these Italian cars are absolute trouble. And I've watched these videos, and shit, they can be horrendous. These Ferraris are absolutely pinches of shit. Maybe that's, and I'm not even talking about the sticky buttons interior. Yeah, sticky buttons. I mean, these Ferraris are bloody, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. But man, reliability and servicing, it's eye-watering costs. Eye-watering. And I don't know. All I can say is my good mate, Fed, he's got the Ferrari California. I can honestly say, well done, Fed. I couldn't happen to a nicer bloke, a nicer guy, because I'm sure they've ironed out all the problems. The Ferrari California, I would love one. I think they're sexy. They're just erotic cars. But my God, they are so problematic. Ferrari, I gotta be honest with you. I think Lexus is a lot to be said for buying a Lexus. These Ferraris, my God, they are so problematic. I don't know what to say there, but yeah, absolute pinches of shite. These Ferraris, maybe they got I don't know, they all seem to be low Ks, low kilometers, and they still are absolute pinches of shite, Ferraris, I don't want to I don't want to own one. I really don't. I mean, I don't have the means, but my God, Ferraris, they just seem to be horrible. The ownership experience, oh my God, and the dealers are sharks. Man, I think I will stick with my Honda Civic. Okay, guys, I will see you in the next one. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury, and who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends, and don't be afraid to get a paid review. $50 for a paid review. It helps me stay full-time on YouTube, and I will see you in the next one. $50 paid review. I can't survive on Google Ads. I need your support. And guys, you could also sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay as little as $1 a month to keep me on YouTube. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Patek's came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.